Nice job outplaying your opponent in the endgame. This is the most popular starting move in chess. With pawns gridlocked in the center, you're set for an interesting, dynamic game. This move actively challenges the center. That doesn't help development and creates holes around your king. Their better move was to develop a bishop and attack the center. This move opens the path for your bishop to enter the game. Their knight comes into play, supporting the center. You are bringing your knight into play, eyeing the central squares. Your opponent develops their bishop off its starting square. You gained control of more squares with this excellent knight move. That's playable. This move leads to losing a pawn. You are forced to double pawns. You recaptured. They missed the right idea here. Makes your life much easier. This is the only move that works, and you found it. You force the checking queen away with a pawn push. This move puts their queen on a safer square. Not the best move, but not bad either. Their bishop comes into play, supporting the center, developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. This move doesn't help their position at all. You develop your piece while also winning a tempo on the queen. The queen slips away as black avoids material loss. You had a chance to play something better. A clear recapture. Good job, that's what I would have played too. They castled kingside, placing their king in a safer spot away from the center. This offers a trade to your opponent. You get a chance to force isolated doubled pawns. You are forcing your opponent to have isolated doubled pawns, which ruins their structure. A clear recapture. Your best move was to attack the bishop with a pawn. They played the strongest move available. Your rooks can work together now. That's not a mistake, but they did not find the best move here. Very good choice. You are now able to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades. Nice, you capture a vulnerable pawn, winning material after all trades are completed. A straightforward recapture. A logical capture. The knight slips away as black avoids material loss. This move is okay, but not what I would have played. They kick your bishop with a pawn, forcing it to move or be captured. Your move puts your bishop on an unsafe square. They missed a chance to capture a free bishop. A good choice to move your threatened bishop. They played one of the best moves here. Your last piece has joined the game. They made one of the top moves in this position. Nice idea. You connected your pawns into a chain. They exchanged pieces of equal value. You recaptured. You are now able to take an outpost with a bishop. Your opponent will have to keep an eye on that passed pawn. Recaptures. Your better option was to take an outpost with a bishop. Their move is losing material. You bring in another attacker and turn up the pressure on the pawn. A clear recapture. Discovered checks can be powerful. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. You had a better option, but this is not bad. This pawn move gives their bishop more control over the board. A great way to control the open file with your rook. Their best option was to sacrifice exchange to increase the activity of the remaining pieces. You have an isolated pawn, which can be a weakness. Your best move was to activate a rook by getting it to the 7th rank. They've isolated a pawn, making it harder to defend and easier to target. You get a chance to activate a rook by getting it to the 7th rank. Your better option was to activate a rook by getting it to the 7th rank. I like their choice. You dodge the check, moving your king out of harm's way. You get a chance to threaten checkmate. Your best move was to threaten checkmate. They played one of the best moves here. You step your king away from the checking rook. This fork from your opponent puts both pieces under pressure. You dodge the check, moving your king out of harm's way. You are now able to checkmate the king. You missed an opportunity to checkmate the king. That was the only move. Getting closer to the forced checkmate. They've placed their knight on a strong outpost, where you're continuing down the road to checkmate. They've improved the positioning of their piece. getting closer to the forced checkmate. That was the only move. You're still on the road to checkmate. They move their king out of the check from your rook. You had a checkmate, but this lets your opponent out of immediate danger. You had a checkmate, but this lets your opponent out of immediate danger. They move their king out of the check from your rook. You get a chance to checkmate the king. Congrats on your win.